In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a document to the EDFD460 Google Drive. So when you have accessed the Week 4 module, under the resources you will notice that there is resource 4C, which is linked to Google Drive folder MICT. I'd like you to click on that link. And this takes you to the EDFD460 Google Drive with some of the documents or the files we're already accustomed to. And then you'll see that there's a new folder up at the top, which is called Mapping the Imaginative and Creative Teacher. And what we're going to be doing is putting a document into that particular folder, and then we'll be using that throughout week 4 and indeed week 5 and week 6 to develop some collaborative practices. So your next step is to double click on the folder to open it up. And you can tell that you're in the folder when you look at the red line at the top of the screen. You have My Drive 2018 EDFD460 and then Mapping the Imaginative and Creative Teacher. So that shows you that you're in the right folder. And you'll notice at the moment that there's nothing in that particular folder. So there are no documents in there whatsoever. What we're putting together is a Mapping the Imaginative and Creative Teacher protocol. So we're using the acronym MICT, which stands for Mapping Imaginative and Creative Teacher, and we're putting together individually a document with suggestions about how we might map our imaginative and creative practices throughout the day. That's explained in more detail elsewhere within the virtual workshop 4, but that's just to give you a bit of a scenario as to why we're doing this. So in order to add a document to Google Drive, there are two ways that you can do it. You can either import an existing document or you can create a document within Google. So the first one that I'm actually going to do is I'm going to import a document that I've already created. So I'm going to locate my document. And you'll see that in here there's a document called Staples Atom MICT. So it's just a Word document with a particular naming protocol that I'd like you to follow for this exercise. And what I do is I click on that document and then I hold my mouse down and I drag into the main window of Google Drive into that folder that we've opened up, and you'll see that it's added my document in there. So that's the first way that you can do it. You've created a document outside Google Drive and then you import that document into Google Drive. Another way to do it is to create the document inside Google Drive, and I'll show you how to do that now. So the way that you do that is you click on this button New, which is in the top left hand corner, and then you have a number of options. You can create a new folder, you can upload a file this way, but what we're doing is we're going to Google Docs and we're clicking on that. And at this point, just click on Create and Share. And this opens up the Google version of Word. So it's very much like a Word document you can type into, it's got most of the functions that you can use in Word. So just to show you how it works, I'm actually going to put in another name here. So let's just say Smith Doug MICT. So that's actually the name that I'm going to give the document as well. So in order to name this particular document, what you need to do is up here in the top left hand corner where it says Untitled Document, if you just click in there, you can add in your name. Okay, so I've used the name that I put into the document. You can put another name in, so let's try Jones Sally MICT. By putting the name or by putting any kind of title into that box, you're actually naming the document. So that's a slight change from doing it in Word. That is now named. And if I was to now go back to my Mapping the Imaginative and Creative Teacher folder, you will notice that that document is in there as well. So I've got the first document that I created outside in Word and then imported in, and I've got the document that I have created within Google. So you can choose either of those two ways of creating your document and uploading it to Google Drive.